do you feel about sexy cosplay and its impact on the community?
If it's part of a character, I'm okay with it. I don't feel like it should be limited to any particular person. I wouldn't speak about impact, I don't know, but I like that there's a place where people can wear sexy cosplay if they want, because if you walk around in a really short skirt and very revealing outfit in the streets, you might not get a very positive reaction from people around you, but here it's more accepted, people have fun with it, and it gives people a chance to wear things they wouldn't normally otherwise wear, and I just think it's a good thing that people get to express themselves however they want.
Yeah, there's less judgment.
There's less judgment, and maybe in terms of impact, actually does get people in a different mindset when we come to Comic-Con or other conventions. It gives you the chance to just, get in the mindset where people will be wearing it, so you expect it, you get used to it, so maybe it makes you less judgmental when you go elsewhere and see people wearing more revealing clothing. You don't stop and stare as much, or just think, oh, great, good for them.
Live your best life.
Live your best life, and also a great body.
It's something that has its place, but it has to be something that's appropriately done. So I think there's a difference between sexy cosplay online with something like Patreon or OnlyFans and overly sexy cosplay at a family event. So it's something that certainly works to widen the appeal of cosplay. It attracts a lot of attention, gets people interested in cosplay, perhaps for the wrong reasons initially, but then they see what cosplay actually is and then start thinking about it in the right way.
I'm personally fine with sexy cosplays if the character's sexy to begin with. I don't appreciate taking a non-sexy character and making them sexy. I don't agree with that. I think it has quite a negative impact seeing these kid characters in bikinis. I don't like it.
We're pretty new to the community, so I'd say I don't have an opinion on how it's developed, but I don't think I've seen anything negative about it just in my short experience of it. Mostly just because the stuff I've found at least is insanely well done and cool. It's really good to see.
I mean, I think a lot more people do sexy cosplay without realizing it. Like Junko, for example, she's not supposed to be sexy, but she is.
I mean, for me, it's also very empowering. I just
definitely
love it. It's a good excuse to be very sexy.
I feel like it's the one place where I feel more judged on the internet for it than going to a convention wearing it.
Yeah.
But the internet kind of sucks it.
I feel like it's kind of your body, your rules.
Yeah,
so
do what you want.
As long as you're not walking around with it all hanging out, which you wouldn't do in the real world, I don't feel like because you're in cosplay it should be any different.
Yeah. It's body shaming if you've got a negative opinion because it's not your body.
People should cosplay what they want to cosplay. If they're comfortable in it, why not? I don't have a problem with it at all. It's not as if it's being objectified by other people, because if the cosplayer is doing it themselves and they're happy with it, it's a personal choice and they should be free to do it.
I like it. It makes you feel confident. If you wear what you want to wear. It's your body. I think a lot of people see it as negative, attention seeking, but if you think about it, all year round, you're just normal. You don't dress up, you don't do this, in a sense, but you just get a chance to feel free and feel better about yourself because nobody judges you at cons and it makes you feel a lot better. Whereas normally you're just a little, self-conscious. You don't really get that here.
Sexy cosplay, there's always going to be sexy cosplay. There's always those ones that want to do it and will do it. It puts a frown upon cosplay as a whole sometimes because they go over the top and it's just fully sexualised. But some are on point to characters like they're meant to be, and that's perfectly fine. But you're always going to get it.
I think that's perfectly fine.
I don't really see too much of an issue with it. There's obviously limits you've got to cover up to a certain extent, but what's the big deal of getting it out if you've got it?
Yeah, exactly. You don't have it. If you've got body confidence, show it. That's so rare.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Body confidence in cosplay is huge. So many people feel shamed by it, but just do what you want to do.
Well, I think it should be allowed. I think the impact on the community shouldn't be as much as it is right now. People get offended by it, but I don't know why. If people want to be sexy, just let them be. Everyone has their own comfort zone, and if it's not your thing, don't do it.
Yeah.
But if you like it, just let people be. It's just what they want to do, how they feel comfortable. They know what they're doing, you know?
Yeah, I think it's really empowering for like everyone to be sexy, like feel yourself. Like, yeah, I think it's beautiful.
What are your thoughts on Patreon and lewd content?
Patreon, great if it's supporting actual art. If it's literally kind of bikini pictures with a wig on, I'm like, how much is that Patreon and art?
I don't personally have a strong judgmental opinion on it. Like, great, again, for people to have a place where they can publish that content. And I don't know if Patreon is age limited. Is there, I mean, to me that's fair. If we limit who can access it, whoever wants to access it just pays for it, and that's great. I think if it encourages people who have the artistic skill to produce new content, if they've got a market, go for it. Good for them.
Again, it has its place, it's fine. Obviously you don't have to go and look at it, but it's there if you want to.
I think it's all fine and well. I just wish that it wasn't considered the same level as cosplay. To me, it's a different thing altogether.
So, in general, I think stuff like cosplay can take many forms and shapes. If people like to show off their body as well as the cosplay, and that ends up being a nude cosplay, it's still, I mean, that's the way of expressing yourself. The fact that you put it up as a patron, so you can earn some money on top of it. You know, everybody's trying to earn money off their hobby these days, so I don't see the negative side of it. It's just the fact that there's the nude aspect in it.
I think have been trying to set one up for the last year.
I think it's amazing, to be honest. Just fucking beautiful if you can have like a following like that and empower yourself.
It's
like,
so nice seeing people support you.
Yeah.
Doing like what you love.
Like owning your own sexuality.
I can feel my contract.
It doesn't belong there. And I think, well, it doesn't. It's a platform for artists, and I don't think taking your clothes off necessarily, while modelling is a thing, I don't feel like that's what it's for. I feel like the people who are there painting and modelling and doing things, they're suffering because people are going, look at my tits, which is like, there's a platforms for that, which is fine.
Yeah, I do agree. I feel like that you'll get an artist, you'll get a prop maker or whatever, you're supporting them, you'll get something back for them to buy like craft materials, things like that, which makes sense, but how do you support someone who's getting naked? Again, like more power to them, but I don't know if it's the right
there are sites for that, and that's fine. It just belongs where it belongs.
I don't know much about Patreon, to be perfectly honest. I don't sponsor it, I don't take any notice of it. I just do this for fun, for hobby. And anyone who wants to earn money can earn money.
It's a tough one. It's to each their own. It's not personally my thing, but you got it. Everyone likes something different. It doesn't hurt anybody.
Patreon lewd content. Again, a lot of the girls are actual models for real and do modelling for all different stuff, and they're using cosplay as an outlay. I suppose on a business point, it's good for them, but again, it's looked upon as bad as well.
I mean, people are buying it, so they're just producing content for people who want it. Like, I don't see any problem with it at all. Because if there's demand for it, then supply it. If you're comfortable doing it, and if you're not feeling forced to do it at all, then you've got to do it for you, I think. There is a lot of backlash in the community about it. A lot of people shame who cosplays because it's not real cosplay. Whereas anything's cosplay. Like, you're just dressing up for something. Even if it's like themed sexy, like, who cares? But yeah, as long as you're doing it for yourself and like not feeling pressured into it, then just go for it, girl, boy, whatever.
You hit the nail on the head there.
I love it. I just love it.
Yeah.
The fact that people can make money with just loving they do and showing their hard work and stuff. I mean, it ain't easy to be sexy. You get some effort in it, and it just rocks. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just
there's a lot of confidence in it. I think that's amazing.
Do you feel the community is as supportive of sexy cosplayers as it could be?
Yeah, people have been very supportive of the boobs.
What do you think?
I believe it's better than it used to be. Years ago, you'd get people walking around just being like, that body doesn't suit this cosplay, but in reality, we're all dressing up as...
We're all just being nerds together.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to speak as much as in time evolution as you would be able to, but
I mean, even back in the day, it was alright.
Yeah, I think people are quite chill about it, and I like that, as soon as you walk into these conventions, you do see massive rules, and people expect to respect one another, and so that's definitely a good thing, and I think it's created a healthy atmosphere to experiment with.
Definitely not. I think far too many people assume that if you show any flesh, then you're not a proper cosplayer, which is completely rubbish.
Me, I don't think people are very supportive. I found I've had mates that have their boobs out, have their butt out, and they are judged.
No, because I think there's an assumption when people see it that they just did it for that reason. And I've seen a lot of people, just as an example, it's a lot hotter today than it was yesterday, and something like this show very hot. So I think it's actually, I say part of the time it'd be nice to wear something like that just to be a little bit more comfortable. But definitely people, so people's assumptions are just oh, that's because they want to show off skin, and I really don't think most people are doing it like that.
It does appear to be a little bit stigmatized as well. If you look at a cosplayer like Jessica Nigri, for example, that started up doing something a little bit more coloring and has gone towards the more revealing stuff. A lot of people are saying that she's a sellout or whatever, but I don't think that's necessarily true. That's just the way she's choosing to present herself.
No. I think other cosplayers are more supportive than fans, I guess. People who don't really cosplay a lot seem to think that it's more of a problem.
Yeah, and I also hear kind of judgment of people who only do sexy cosplays. Oh, they only do that because they also will get a following from it.
Yeah.
If they like that, and if, that's their own fucking choice.
I think it's very split down the middle. People are either, this is great, or...
Yeah,
and I think
the
negative is just jealousy, I think. It's that I don't look like that, therefore, I don't look like that, so I'm not approving of it. And it's well...
I think that's where the shaming comes in. It's you get, I found not necessarily with almost liking it to someone who is they'll come in with a full armor build that they've made, and then they start getting recognition, and suddenly the hate comes. It's you've worked. Otherwise, they're getting the recognition they deserve. Arguably, yes, no, but if they are, as he says, I think it's jealousy.
There's a thing where people go, well, they're not wearing very much, but there are Warcraft cosplayers who are in a bikini, but it's fully modelled, armoured, and you're that's a lot of work, just because there's not much of it. I couldn't make that, and so the skill is still there.
I think everyone has their own opinion, to be perfectly honest. Some aren't against it for whatever reason. I don't have an issue either way. If someone wants to do it, they should do it, and they want to make money at it, they can make money at it. If someone's willing to pay for lewd content, then someone's willing to give them lewd content, why shouldn't they make money out of it?
I feel like they are very supportive, but there's always going to be a couple of people that don't, it's their views, it's their personality, just don't enjoy it or tolerate it. But we've come a long way. It's gotten a lot better recently. And people just accept it. As said, to each their own.
I don't know, I've not really seen them support it or not. They just let it happen. It happens and it's there, and it always will be there.
No. I think there is a lot of shaming going around. You do get a lot of people saying, oh, I'm very anti it, and it's all about just involving everybody. So there's no need to be so negative. If that's what someone wants to do, that's their take on it, let them do it.
Yeah.
Be supportive. We're a family, really. Everyone here.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, it kind of depends. Some people are really judgmental to people.
Especially, some people feel sexy themselves, but not everyone looks at it that way.
Yeah.
Some people might think you're just trying too hard or just not sexy at all. But I think if someone looks as he looks, just support it that way because they know how they're looking. Everyone has a mirror to do their makeup. Everyone checks themselves and accepts how they look. And if you just can do the same, oh, you're perfect. Well, a lot of people don't. because they feel attacked by it or just not confident enough to do it themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's like to realize it's not a competition about who's the sexiest. It's just do whatever you want in your comfort zone and just enjoy cosplay.
What changes do you think we could make in the way that we interact with sexy cosplayers?
To be fair, like cosplay isn't consent. I've been groped a bit much, which I don't really appreciate. I'm all for a sexy picture as long as you ask. As long as you ask, I'm totally up for it.
Ask before touching.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's getting more, that message is coming across now more and more through social media. We do make clear that, you need to ask before touching because, cosplay isn't consent. And same thing for photos, I guess. It's good. More and more people do stop us to ask for photos. I do think, it's becoming more known that people need to ask for consent, but same thing, touching, but also photography. It's good that people ask before just taking pictures.
Yeah. That the same as if you see someone dressed a little skimpily in the street, you wouldn't just, I wouldn't just like wolf whistle someone. I know it still happens, but same goes for cosplayers.
Yeah.
You just treat them like you want to be treated. That's kind of what needs to be more of, really.
Yeah.
Again, if it's in an over 18 environment, then be more approachable, more friendly, respect them for being cosplayers. I mean, some of the costumes they come up with are really inventive. The fact that they show flesh shouldn't detract from that in any way.
I think for me the most important aspect comes from people taking photos. People think they have the right to take the photos because they're sexy. If that changes and they start asking, the respect is more there, and it goes from there, to be honest. I think if people start treating these people with respect in terms of asking for photos, posing, things like that, it branches out from there. More people will have respect in general for the cosplays.
I mean, I have never seen in person that interaction, but I've heard people say that people are a bit inappropriate or asking the wrong questions. I think just paying the same respect that you would towards someone that did like a full cosplay completely covered up, I think it's like it shouldn't really be a thought that they're like acting differently. It should just be naturally just treating everyone the same.
I don't know. I think just kind of treat people who do sexy cosplays more like people.
Yeah.
They seem to think like if you're in a normal cosplay, you're more of a person than if you're in a sexy cosplay, and that's just not the case.
Yeah. And the thing is, you don't have to like hide the fact that you think that person is sexy.
Yeah.
I've had that before. They're like, oh, I think you look cool. Like, I know I look sexy. You can look. It's not like
I'm aware that like I've put this out there for you to look at.
Yeah.
Like it's fine.
I don't mind like the looking. I mean, but do ask for pictures and before touching someone. That's just general rule, I think. But
There's like a line where you're complimenting someone and when they're being creepy.
Yeah.
A little bit more respect. I mean, it goes back to the original point. It's their body, their choice. It's like if you're not hurting anyone, like what's
it's not. I think it's difficult because you could have to sort of change. It's difficult because it's people's individual opinions, and some people are just, I don't know if I can swear, but dickheads. You can't. This is a policy. They'll go, oh, I don't care because I don't agree with it.
It's rule number one, isn't it? Just don't be a dick.
Yeah,
so it's quite simple.
Don't touch them for a start. That's the first thing. Is all I can say. Just treat them as normal cosplayers. That's all they are. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it personally.
In terms of change, I don't really know. I think it's more the public looking into the community that need maybe just to come and see it and see what the community's like. But within the community, we've gotten a lot better already. So I think if we stay on this track, we're good to go.
Again, I don't think that most cons don't do too much. They keep it family based. If anyone is a bit silly, they probably will come to them and say, guys, do it somewhere else. But most of it is controlled, it's okay.
If you don't like it, don't go up to them and shame them. Like, if you don't like it, it's not your thing, that's fine. Just don't ruin their day, don't put them down, just leave them alone. Because they're confident, they're happy, they're getting the money or whatever, or doing it for free, who cares? Like, don't shame them.
doesn't affect you, don't worry about it.
Just ask. If you want to take a picture, ask it. Don't just be put from a distance like, oh, you know, maybe you're just, no one knows what you're thinking. If you just ask it, that could explain a lot. Just don't start randomly touching people if you don't know them. Like, I know her, and she knows I touch her, and she almost knows it's me, but, you know, it's a friendship thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, most sexy cosplayers, like, they don't mind that much. Like, the cosplayers I know, they're like, yeah, if you want to take a picture with, like, squeezing man, I'm like, okay, you know, some cosplayers are okay with it.
Yeah.
So then it's, like, cool and not creepy, but...
You just gotta ask, that's all.
Beautiful sentence, cosplay is not consent.